Greenlink Digital Bank's eightfold income growth shows how disciplined SME lending may offer a route through Asia's digital bank profitability challenge. Patrick C. of Greenlink Digital Bank joins us to discuss this. First, Patrick, glad you can join us. Can you explain why profitability has remained so difficult for digital banks in Asia?
I think this is exactly why Greening Digital Bank's experience is meaningful. GLDB became the first profitable digital bank in Singapore and one of the fastest profitable digital banks in Asia. So we are not speaking about this only from theory. We are speaking from execution experience. Public reporting has also highlighted GLDB's strong progress toward profitability. The reason profitability is so difficult is that digital banks are, in reality, startup banks. They may be digital, but they still need to carry the full cost of a regulated bank. On top of that, digital banks need to burn significant capital to acquire customers. They offer incentives, higher deposit rates, or promotions. But acquiring customers is the only first step. The harder part is acquiring profitable customers. Trust is another major challenge. Traditional banks built customer trust over decades, some over more than a century. A new digital bank cannot expect customers to immediately place large deposits overnight. Another issue is mindsets. Many digital bank senior leaders come from traditional banks, while others may have limited banking experience. As a result, many digital banks end up trying to build a smaller version of a traditional bank. In my view, that is already a failure, even before starting. If you compete directly with a traditional bank, on the same products and same customers, you are competing from a weaker position.
Getting into the details, what are the risks of prioritizing growth over profitability, especially when investing?
Well, the biggest risk is confusing growth with value creation. In banking, growth alone is not enough. If growth is not supported by profitability and clear ROI, then we are just accumulating more cost and more complexity. This is especially true when investing in AI, stablecoins, and tokenization. These technologies have huge potential, but they also require significant investment in infrastructure, cybersecurity, and talents. At GLBB, we take a very disciplined approach. GLBB is the first digital bank to join the MAS Pathfinder AI program as a core member. We have also invested in building our own on-prem AI capabilities, GPU power, and locally running LLMs. We are very clear that we do not scale before the POC or use case is proven. We start with a focused business problem, validate the use case, measure the impact, confirm the controls, and only then scale. The same principle applies to stablecoin and tokenization. They must solve real business problems, whether in settlement or trade finance. And they must be justified by ROI.
And now that you've mentioned scaling, which emerging technology would you say would have the biggest impact on banking, and what needs to happen before it can scale?
Generative AI helps us create and summarize information. But agentic AI goes one step further. It can plan, reason, execute workflows, interact with systems, and escalate exceptions to humans. This is very important for banking, especially digital banking for MSMEs. If every loan application, invoice financing request, trade finance case, account review, or compliance check needs to be manually handled by people, the economics will not work. It is simply not scalable by humans alone. Before AI can scale, in banking, the foundation must be right. We need the right infrastructure, governance, and guardrails. At GLBB, we have invested in local GPU power and locally running LLMs, so sensitive data can remain within the bank's controlled environment. This is when agentic AI becomes transformational. It allows a digital bank to serve MSMEs at scale, with faster turnaround, lower cost, and stronger controls. But in banking, AI must not be uncontrolled. It must be secured, governed, and auditable. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, Patrick. Looking forward to having you back on the program.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Patrick C., Chief Technology Officer at Greenlink Digital Bank. For more news, visit asianbankingandfinance.net.